Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We are going to do a custom scenario today on that end, and our plan right now is to do Prince Adam, also known as He-Man, the Master of the Universe, and he will be taking on his arch nemesis Skeletor. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So I've got all of his, I have all of his mod sets inside here. So when revealed, we put Snake Mountain into play. And Seeking Power when revealed, deal an encounter card to each player, okay? So this advances at 3. His health is 12, we already did that, good. And on this side, we'll be going to He-Man himself. So once we do the setup, put the Castle Grayskull support into play. This is Castle Grayskull right there. It's a permanent setup. After the player phase begin, place a power counter on Castle Grayskull. So let's shuffle up this deck. Since He-Man likes to fight, and I'm just doing I'm doing the aggression deck that the creator recommended when we start playing on that end. So let's see, his starting hand size is 5. We'll draw 5 on there. And the cards he has to work with are Enter the Fray. Exhaust He-Man, deal 4 damage, 4 plus X damage, where X equal to my attack. This attack gains overkill if you have the mounted trait. Relentless Assault, Quick Strike. For glory, when a mounted or a soldier character makes a basic attack, they get +2 for the attack, and this attack gains overkill. And Precision Strike. And we should also remember that Adam has the ability to get the Sword of Power, so if I don't get that in this draw, that's okay. Oh, I did forget, so we get an encounter card to start out with. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Relentless Assault. I'll get rid of Quick Strike. And I will get rid of Precision Strike for right now. Actually, I should get rid of Enter the Fray too, because there are no minions in play. And I'll keep For Glory. So we'll draw 4 more. And the new cards I got are Sorceress, okay. Clobber. The Power of Grayskull. And Ram Man. Why on God's green earth would I want to put Threat on a scheme? The only one I think I would consider doing that with is like maybe a player side scheme that I really don't care about whether or not it gets completed, but okay. Alright. And I'm mainly doing the camera changes with the mouse right now, because in the last video I got some feedback that the mouse clicks were a little loud, that the mouse and keyboard clicks were a little loud. So I'm trying to make that a little easier for everybody to work with. Alright, so I'll use Adam's Descendant of Grayskull ability. Search through my deck and discard pile for the Sword of Power upgrade and add it to my hand. Okay. All the way at the bottom of the deck. So that's the Sword of Power again for us. So I get my basic attacks now get piercing, and he can gain more power based off the number of counters on Grayskull. Speaking of which, I forgot the forced response from Grayskull to add a counter to it. Alright, Prince Adam's going to flip to He-Man. And now let's take a look at He-Man. So, action, remove one power counter from Castle Grayskull. Search my deck and discard pile for Battle Cat and add him to my hand. Okay, I can do that. Alright. So I will use the power of Grayskull. Your response after I spend this card, place a power counter on Castle Grayskull. So that's 2 resources to play Clobber. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. If this is the first card I've played this round, return it to my hand. It is, so you come back. And deal 3 damage to Skeletor. Sorry, that should be at 0. Alright, so now that's done, I'm going to play Clobber, For Glory, and Ram Man for 3 resources to play the Sorceress. But only if I have the Eternia trait, I do. After she enters plays, to choose 2 cards in my discard pile, shuffle them back into my deck and draw a card. Okay. So I'm definitely shuffling back Power of Grayskull. And let's shuffle back Ram Man. These go to the side. These get shuffled back in. And draw a card. Man, I kind of want that combat training. But do what you gotta do, so we'll just discard that to bring the Sword of Power into play. And again, after I do, basically I get +2 attack. So if I remove power counters, so I will exhaust He-Man, and I'll remove 1 power counter this time. And we'll hit Skeletor for 3. Everybody will straighten. We will draw back to his hand size of 4. And let's see our new toys. Alright, so we have the Cordite Forge, which is a helicarrier, okay. Precision Strike, Genius, and another Clobber, okay. Alright, I can work with this. Alright, so the threat goes up by 1. Skeletor will attack me for 1+. He will not defend that, so 2, 3, okay. So that goes away. Alright, so we deal our one encounter card, excuse me. First encounter card is Kraken, Insight 1, Quick Strike, okay. So Quick Strike for 2. And Insight for 1, okay. And Trapjaw. Attach to Trapjaw. If you cannot attach to the minion with the most remaining hit points, otherwise this card gains Surge. After a minion attacks and damages a friendly character, confuse them, okay? Alright, player phase. Castle Grayskull gets a counter on it. First things first, the sorceress will exhaust or remove 2 threat from the main scheme. Now we'll play Clobber and the Genius for 3 resources to bring the Forge into play. Again, notice at the bottom it says Helicarrier. It is a Helicarrier, so Helicarrier, excuse me. Okay, so that's the play. Alright, He-Man will exhaust. Well, actually, before we do that, we use Sword of Power, exhaust Sword of Power, and remove 2 counters from Castle Grayskull. He gains X attack till the end of the turn. So he'll get +2 attack. We'll exhaust for 2 more to make that 4 on the Kraken. He's going to use the Forge. It exhausts for the next card I play by 1, which will let me play Precision Strike and do 2 damage to the Kraken, which kills him. If this attack defeats that enemy, heal 2 damage for my hero. Okay. Now the force response from the Kraken. After he defeats a character, not after I defeat him, so it's fine. Okay. Alright, good turn so far on that end. Cleared the board, so we'll now draw back up to 4. His new toys are Heroic Resolve, Ready He-Man. If you have the Matter trait, draw a card. Master of the Universe. Oh yeah. A resource generator. Okay, I like that. Power Grayskull, we dealt with that earlier. And Relentless Assault for Overkill. Alrighty. Alright, so the main scheme goes up by 1. Skeletor can attack me for 1 plus 2, 3. And the bad card is Havoc Staff. After resolving step 1 of the phase, each hero takes 1 indirect damage. And I can spend 2 lightning resources to discard the card. Okay. Let's see what this health at now. 6, okay. Alright, force response. Castle Grayskull gets a counter. I will spend the power of Grayskull. Hero response: after you spend this card, place a counter on Grayskull. And Relentless Assault. to play Master of the Universe, so I now have a extra resource generator. Alright, I will exhaust Sword of Power and lose the 2 counters to get +2 attack. And that is till the end of the phase. So He-Man's now attacking for 2, 3, 4 on Skeletor. Actually, no, we will not do that. Right, I will do Fearless Friend, remove a power counter from Castle Grayskull, search my deck, and discard Powerful Battle Cat, and add it to my hand. Right, we'll reduce the cost of the next card I play by 1. Generate a resource. And 3. Actually play Battle Cat. Alright, we will use Battle Cat's ability, exhaust and deal a damage to him to get +1 attack and mounted. So now He-Man's going to attack for 3. Alright, so everybody gets straightened. We'll draw back up to 4. And our new toys now are... we have a Clobber, Quick Strike, Eternos, exhaust Eternos, draw a card and heal 2 damage from Prince Adam, and a Strength. Alright, so the main scheme would jump up to 2. Skeletor attack for 1, 2. Oh, sorry, after the hero phase begins. Take 1 indirect damage, okay? So 1 indirect damage. And he attacks you for 2 plus 3, 4. He's going to need to go back to Attorney and chill out for a bit. And my bad card is attach to Triclops. If you can't, attach to make it throw remaining hit points, otherwise it gets Surge. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support I control. Okay, I will discard the Sword of Power, because I can get it back. The 2 resource generators are too important, so I don't like it, but okay. How much threat is on the main scheme? Oh, 2, okay. So Sorceress will exhaust to get rid of those 2 threat. And she'll go away. Oh, forced interrupt. This happens, okay. Okay, I think I can do some nonsense before I go to alter ego form. Alright, so I can use strength to play clobber, get clobber back. And use these two to play Eternos to heal and draw a card and maybe get something better for later. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to exhaust the Forge to reduce the next cost I play. Generate Eternia for that resource. And play Clobber. Deal 3 damage to Skeletor. And since it's the first card, it comes back to hand. So we got through stage 1, now stage 2. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard off the Havoc Staff and reveal it. He already has it, so I'm not going to do that. And his health is 14. Alright. Since he already did damage, we're just going to go ahead and flip down alter ego form. Now we use strength to play Eternos. Alter ego action, exhaust Eternos, draw a card, and heal 2 damage from the Prince. So he healed 2 damage. Prince Adam will exhaust to heal 2 more damage. Okay. This scheme is going to pop no matter what I do, so I could go ahead and play Ram Man and put some more damage on Skeletor. To set me up for later. Okay, yeah, that's the play. Alright, I will spend Clobber and Quick Strike to bring Ram Man into play, excuse me. Ram Man will exhaust to hit Skeletor for 3. And Ram Man's a force to interrupt after he attacks, place 2 threat on a scheme. Alright, and I will use Descendant of Grayskull next turn. I won't use it right now, because I can't play it. Alright, everybody straighten, draw back up to 5. New toys are Orko. Exhaust Orko, draw a card, then discard a card from your hand. Hero response: after you remove the last threat from a scheme, exhaust Orko again to remove 1 power counter from Castle Grayskull, confuse an enemy. I watched this cartoon back in the day. Orko was not a... So I think he should have been an ally, but oh well. Sweeping Strikes. Exhaust Sword of Power, deal 2 damage up to 3. Deal 2 damage to up to 3 minions engaged with you. Up to 3 enemies engaged if you have the mounted trait. Okay. So if I'm on Battle Cat, I can use one of these attacks on Skeletor. But otherwise I have to do minions. Okay. Energy. Martial Prowess. And Team Building Exercise. Alright, so Skeletor completes. So that is completed. Ultimate weapon, when revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until I get a relic and reveal it. Okay. It's a relic, yep. Alright, and Havoc Staff's force response does not go off because I am not a hero right now. Alright, so it starts at 2, completes at 10. Skeletor still gets the scheme for 2 plus for 5 OGs. Alright, and my bad card is Spell. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard power for an Evil Warrior's minion and reveal it. Okay. Not Evil Warriors. Not Evil Warriors. I had this toy back in the day. He did stink. But was it intentional that he stunk, or was it just they used cheap plastic? The world may never know. Okay, so Stinkor is an option. Let's see what's in the deck I could work with. I don't want a guard because he will make it difficult. And he's got villainous, so no. Too bad. Oh, Jesus. We had some stupid names for toys back in the day. So he's a maybe. Clawful's got toughness, so I don't want to deal with that. I wonder if Fisto's in this deck. So he's an option. Yeah, Faker. Yeah, I am not gonna put her in. Trap Jaws attacks for 4. Blash's toughness, so no. Whipstor will stun me. I want somebody I can just straight kill. Alright, I think it's going to be too bad. Alright, first things first, we will exhaust Eternos to heal 2 damage and draw a card. I forgot to force to interrupt to bring this back. Now I will use Descendant of Grayskull to search for the sword. There you are, come back. Alright, that's probably going to pop next turn no matter what I do. Alright. Now let's go back to what I have. I have Orko, Sweeping Strikes, and Energy, and Martial Prowess, Team Building Exercise, Quick Strike, and Sword of Power. Battle Cat will give me +1 in Mounted. Okay, so so I can pay for most of this. That's not really going to be a problem. Okay, use energy to pay for Alright, walk with me here, guys. Alright, use energy to pay for team building exercise. Use team building exercise to pay for the sword. So I still have that, and that. And my 2 resource generators to work with, okay? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we're gonna flip to hero form. Use energy to play team building exercise. Exhaust team building exercise to pay for the Sword of Power because we both have the Eternia trait. Use Master Universe for 1. Actually, excuse me. Use Cordite Forge to reduce 1. Then use Master Universe for another 1, so that's 2. To play Quick Strike. Deal damage to an enemy equal to my attack, okay? So I'll put 2 damage on Too Bad. I will exhaust Battle Cat to deal a damage to him, to give He-Man mounted. +1 attack and mounted, excuse me. We will then play Sweeping Strike, exhaust Sword of Power, deal 2 damage to up to 3 enemies because now I have mounted. So put 3 damage on Too Bad. And put 3 damage on Skeletor. Alright, and He-Man will hit for 2. And Ram-Man will hit for 3. And force response from Ram-Man. Put 2 more on main scheme. Alright, everybody will straighten. We'll get rid of these 2 cards. Now all I have to do is live through the next turn, and we win. Oh, and I draw 4 cards, so. Alright. And our new toys are Brave Mission, remove 2 threat from a scheme. deal 2 damage to an enemy. Oh. After he defends, exhaust the harness and remove a power counter to ready He-Man and Power of Grayskull. Alright. As long as I don't screw up too badly, we win. Alright, so that goes up by 1. When revealed, each player in player order must search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveal it. I guess we'll bring Too Bad back. You're fine, whatever. And now search for the Eye of Chaos and Eye of Kronos. Alright, after resolving step 1 of the Villa phase, each hero takes 1 indirect damage. Ram Man will take that 1. Villain phase has already begun. Villain phase has already begun. When Skeletor would attack you, if a minion's engaged you, he schemes instead, okay? So he schemes for 2 plus 3, 4. Too Bad hits me twice. And as long as I don't get an enemy, we win. Alright, the villain's going to attack me now for 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. When Skeletor would attack you if a minion's engaged, he schemes instead. Arg. Yep. If he just would have swung on me, it would not have been so bad. Just curious. So we did lose the game, because there's no way around it. So because, remember, he attacks you. Skeletor's forced to interrupt. He schemes instead because Too Bad's with me. So 5, 6 plus whatever the encounter card would have been. So nothing. But doesn't matter. Now if he would have attacked me, it would have done for 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 damage plus nothing. So I still would be alive, but I still would have lost because he schemed out. Okay, so I think where I screwed up on here was Ram Man. Because he automatically puts... No, it wasn't Ram Man's fault. He still would have schemed out on those each time. So I should have thwarted a little bit more, and that would have helped out. Okay. I'm just going to chalk that up to having a bad day. Regardless of which, this is a fun game, and we're going to add this to the rematch pile. So thank you very much for hanging out with me this afternoon. I do appreciate you guys. I will catch y'all later. Take care.
Ooh.